I was gonna vlog the road trip, man, but we didn't really do much but drive on that road trip, you know, listen to music and talk about bullshit, so it wouldn't have been too entertaining for y'all. So let's get to what y'all came here for. Alright, so when I got out of the 8th grade, we had, our yearbooks or whatever. And everybody would sign these yearbooks, put, little bullshit sayings in them or whatever, and phone numbers sometimes. So I got it, looked through the pictures, whatever, didn't really pay it no mind. So I got to it was like junior year in high school, and I found the book, and I'm just going through it, laughing at, how fucking weird we were, and some of the dumbass sayings in the book. And then I was looking at the numbers, and there was this girl that, I liked a lot when I was in the 8th grade, but I was shy in the 8th grade. I was scared to talk to chicks. I would look at them like a motherfucker, but I wasn't talking to none of them. So I see her number, and I said, let me hit her up. So I call her, get her on the phone. And surprisingly, like we used to talk on the phone all the time. We was having cool little conversations. It got to the point where we were talking like every day. Like she would get out of school, first thing she would do is call me. I get out of school, if she hadn't called me, I'd call her. And then I was working at UPS at this time, so like I would go to school, and then I would get out of school, go to work, and then I wouldn't get out of work until like 12 or 1 in the morning. Then I would get home, and she's staying up waiting for me to call her. Now, this sounds like a relationship, right? But your boy was like still young and naive, so I wasn't picking up on all the signs right now. And I was just like, I thought we was cool. I thought we was friends, and I wanted to tell her like I liked her or whatever. But shit, like I said, I was scared to talk to chicks, man. So if I was talking around this time, if I was talking to chicks, either somebody would put me on, or like it would just kind of fall in my lap. One day, we're sitting up on the phone talking like we normally do, and she's telling me she's about to break up with her boyfriend. And I'm sitting up there like, nah, you're not about to break up with dude, You say you're in love with him and all this other stuff. And she's like, well, you been tripping. He been acting crazy. He haven't been coming to see me, and he lives around the corner from me. So I think it's about that time we break up or whatever. So in my head, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Because like I've been liking this girl since the 8th grade, but I never had the courage to talk to her. So she calls him while I'm on the phone, and she breaks up with him or whatever. I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm laughing in the background. But, I'm keeping the phone away from my mouth so he don't hear me, but I'm laughing. So she's sitting there talking like, okay, yeah, that's over with. We're not gonna get back together. And if I would have been who I am now, I would have peeped she was giving me the green light. But I was naive as hell back then, and I wasn't catching all the signs or whatever. So as soon as they broke up, she was like, yeah, we should hang out soon or whatever. Again, being naive. And I should have put myself on, but I ended up putting my boy on. And this is the dude who I talked to y'all about in my last video, the light-skinned scary dude. But anyway, I should have put myself on, and I was telling him about her, and she's a baddie, a little light-skinned chick, nice body. She was right, and he was with it. So we hopped on the bus the next day, and we went over there. So as we're walking down her street or whatever, because we get off the bus, and there's still like a 5-10 minute walk to her house. He's just talking about, yeah, all the stuff he's about to do to her, and I might have to step out the room and all this other stuff because it's about to go down. Now, he only talked to her on the phone a couple times, but it was never like no sex conversations, because I would always be right there or whatever, jealous and shit, mad because I wanted her, but, the homie about to get her. So we get to the house, we all talking, we having a good time or whatever, and I'm sitting on the couch next to her, and he was sitting on the other side. But then he got up and went to the bathroom, and he came back, and we was still sitting there talking, but then she kind of started to ignore him, and I'm like what's going on or whatever. Like, I'm not picking it up, and like she's sitting like right close to me, she got her hand on my leg and everything, and I'm like what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm really not picking up on these signs. There's signs everywhere, and I'm just sitting there just chilling, thinking we watching TV and having a good old time. Because, before then, like, I was just trying to have sex with chicks. I wasn't, like, paying attention to chicks that actually liked me or whatever. So we sitting there or whatever, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he tries to say something to her. He's like, I came over here to see you, and you close up on my boy. And she just kind of took off on him, and she was like, honestly, I really wanted to hang out with David, so you could go stand in the closet for all I care. And I'm sitting up there like I'm gassed. I'm ready to go. And he looking at me like, what the fuck? Like did I set him up? Like, did I know what was about to go on? I didn't know none of this was about to happen. I didn't even know she liked me. So I was juiced. I'm sitting there like, okay, like what's about to happen now? So he started laughing when she told him to go stand in the closet. And he thought she was joking, but she was serious. She was like, nigga, like you can really go stand in the closet. And this dumbass really got up and went and stood in the closet. So I'm like, I felt like I was dreaming. Like what's going on here? I brought him over to see her, and she like kind of plays him to the left to talk to me. And this is a girl I always liked in the 8th grade. I was just too scared to talk to her. So then this nigga goes and stands in the closet, and we both laugh about it. And then she kisses me, and I'm like, I gotta be dreaming. Like this just feel too right. I feel like some movie stuff. So then she kisses me again, and then it just kept going. And then he come peek out the closet like what are y'all doing? And then she kisses me while he's looking, and he just looked like dumb as shit, like he was burnt. And after a while or whatever, you know, we just sitting there talking or whatever. We ended up leaving, and you know, before I left, she kind of told me like, you know, I like you or whatever. I was waiting on you to say something, but you would never say nothing or whatever. So I didn't know if you were interested in me or not. And I'm sitting up here looking at her like, do you see you? Like, of course I'm interested in you. Like, I just didn't think she would be interested in me. So, you know, we ended up talking, you know, and we ended up dating, but I'm going to tell y'all more about that a little bit down the line. But as we're walking back to the bus stop, my boy is mad. He's pissed. He was like, man, like, you knew what was going on. And I'm like, nigga, if I thought I was going to go over here and even have a chance with her, I wouldn't have brought you with me, because I would have been trying to get the butt myself. But he wasn't trying to hear that. He was pissed. The next day when we got back to school, you know, as most dudes do, you know, they talk about the weekend, talk about if they seen some chicks or, you know, they was getting it in on the weekend with the chicks. This nigga went back to school and told everybody he had sex with her. Everybody. And it got around the school, and when we got out of school, it was like 2 days later, we got out of school, and these dudes were standing outside, and they didn't go to our school. So, you know, like our school wasn't small, but we knew everybody in the school, and we're pretty well known in the school or whatever. So if there was somebody new there, we would know or whatever. But we never seen these dudes. It was like 3 or 4 of them. So they walked right up towards us or whatever, because me and my boy, we had our last period, we had the same class together. So we would always leave together. We'd go to his house and chill, or then we'd go back to my house. But we was about to, I don't know what we was about to do that day. So we walked out, and these dudes were standing right there, and he was like, you know, he called my boy by his name, and he was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, do I know you? Because he thought he probably knew him from hooping or something. So he's like, yeah, you know, I heard you've been saying you've been having sex with my cousin. She's saying she never had sex with you, so you need to, you know, keep her name out your mouth, and you need to apologize to her. And he just laughed at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't apologizing to her for shit. Like, you know, we had sex. And they really didn't. Never had sex, never kissed or anything. So he just started popping off. And remember I told y'all he's scary. But for some reason this day, he felt like he was going to try his luck. So the dude was like, you know, just started talking shit. They started getting loud. It was about to pop off. So I had my backpack to my this other dude that was with us. And I'm like, man, y'all not about to jump him, because they started walking up on him. And he was like, nah, man, we about to fight him head up or whatever. And he was like, man, you stay out of this, or, you know, it's going to be a problem with us or whatever. And I'm like, man, I ain't got no issues, but you're not about to jump my boy. Like, if y'all going to fight, y'all going to fight head up. And I don't know why I'm always protecting this nigga, because he always got me in some bullshit, like another situation. So they getting ready to fight head up. He like, come on, let's fight. And he won't fight. He won't fight the dude. So then the dude sees this, and then he takes complete advantage of it. So I'm like, bro, like, he's standing there frozen. And I'm like, bro, are you gonna fight this nigga popping off here in your face, poking you in your head, calling you all kind of bitches, and you just standing there like nigga, like you frozen. Like, are you there? You a mannequin now? Like, what's going on? And he won't say a word. He just standing there. So I guess he realized dude was serious, and he chilled the hell out. And so, like, I reach in my pocket and I hand him this pencil. Like, bro, like, it's like you about to fight for real. So like, if you gonna fight this dude, or you gonna be scared, you too scared to swing, here's a pencil or whatever. And he looks at the pencil in his hand, and then he drops it. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Now, remember how I said it's like 20 degrees outside? It was probably colder than that. It was probably like 0 below. And dude sees he's not gonna fight him, so he's smacking him in the face, poking him in the head. Then he punched him in the chest a few times. So then he tells him, take your jacket off. And he wouldn't take his jacket off, so he's like snatches it off his back. Snatches his jacket off his back, and he punches his ass in the chest again. Then dude, he just sitting there, and he's kind of like sobbing, and I'm like, this nigga better not start crying. So he starts like tears are coming down his eyes, and I'm sitting up there thinking like, man, this is a big ass dude. Like, you better stop crying. And then I'm sitting up here, I'm like, yo, you know how sometimes it get cold and a little tear come down your eye. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's what that is. Then he tell the nigga to take his shirt off, and then this nigga just like full blown start crying. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this nigga is really crying. He took his shirt off, made the boy take his pants off, then and his Timbs, and he's standing outside in his underwear and some socks. So they pick up all his stuff. He smacked the nigga in the head again, and then he walks off. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, it's cold as hell outside, and you let these niggas take your shit? Like, I would have just had to take an L. And he walks home. Like, his money and everything was in his pocket. His bus card was in his pocket, so he couldn't get on the bus. And even if he could, he wasn't gonna get on the bus with no clothes on. So he walks home. His house was like maybe like 10 minutes away from the school. He walks home. It's snow everywhere. It's cold as hell outside, and his socks and his underwear, all the way home. And like, I wasn't about to walk with this nigga. I got on the bus and went the other way. Like, I'm just, to this day, I'm still trying to figure out how he let that happen. Like, it's cold as hell outside. I would have just had to get beat the hell up before you took all my stuff. I'm not about to walk home in the cold in my underwear and my socks. And after that, he would never talk about that. Never. And that was the last time he ever said he had sex with some chick outside of me and him. Like, he never went to school talking about it ever again. Now, this time, I didn't take an L for, you know, get hemmed up or nothing because of this nigga. I took an L for being his friend after that. Like, people would ask me all the time, how could you still be friends with this dude or whatever? But, you know, when you friends with somebody, even when they fucking up, man, you still gonna be friends with them. But the story I'm gonna tell y'all next is like the last time I was friends with this dude, and I couldn't be friends with him no more. I couldn't take no more L's being with this dude, man. Like, he was, like, it's just like he was an L magnet. Like, it's like every time we would go somewhere or try and go do something, we catching L's because he say the wrong thing to somebody, or he looking at somebody the wrong way, or he just plain out being a bitch. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what happened, man. And I got a shitload of stories to have to do with this dude, man, but I'm not gonna tell y'all all of them because he took a lot of L's, man. He got beat up pretty bad a couple times, man. So, but I'm gonna tell y'all some more stories about him. But the next video I'm gonna do is gonna be about something else that happened, one of my relationships or whatever. But make sure y'all follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Funeral Gaming. And make sure y'all sub to this channel if y'all haven't subbed to this channel. If y'all like these videos, I appreciate everybody that's been watching and commenting and liking these videos. And share these videos for me, man. It really helps. And make sure y'all check me out on twitch.tv/funeralgaming. Thanks for watching.